you want to see more of the Acolyte? Sure, we all do. Like, the show's cancellation leaves us not only missing its groundbreaking narratives, but also seeing talented actors who embody essential skills like diversity and homosexuality facing job insecurity. These performers, whose skills and representation are incredibly sought after, brought depth and authenticity to their roles, enriching our viewing experience. Their unique voices and perspectives are like too valuable to be sidelined. By pushing for the life, we not only honor their work, but also advocate for a more inclusive and representative television landscape. Will you give just 10 views a day to save the gayest Star Wars show ever? Like, these amazing people have to resort to begging on the street, working at McDonald's, and turning tricks to make ends meet. Like, let's rally to give the Acolyte and its talented cast the future they deserve.
The Acolyte Season 2 not moving forward at Lucasfilm. And despite what a few passionate fans say on the internet, this is not a surprising cancellation. They got Harvey Weinstein's right-hand woman, Leslie Headland, to direct this show. She then was all about gay this, gay that, diverse this, diverse that. They told half the audience not to watch, and the other half was told they have to like it because the show features DEI. So if you find fault with it, you're a bigot. So essentially, with shows like this, you're watching with a gun to your head. Love it or else. But I digress. The Acolyte will not return for Season 2. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed Lucasfilm has opted not to continue the Disney Plus Star Wars series, which aired its Season 1 finale last month. Leslie Headland created show earned respectable reviews from critics but was panned by audiences with only 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. The show was review bombed from some quarters who perceived it as woke, with certain corners of the internet going after Headland, who is a member of the LGBTQ+ community, as well as the series' diverse group of actors. Review bombed. I seem to recall this show had a review of about 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. So to see that it got up to 18%, that too could be said that it was review bombed in the opposite direction. But when they start spewing this review bomb narrative, it only goes in one direction. Honestly, I feel sad that people would think that if something were gay, that would be bad, Headland told The Hollywood Reporter in June. It makes me feel sad that a bunch of people on the internet will somehow dismantle what I consider to be the most important piece of art that I've ever made. Also in June, star Amanda Stenberg fired back at racist backlash with an original song on social media. Let's take a look.
My acting's pretty bad, now this girl's a Disney freak, the kind of girl you read about in Film Grip magazine. My show is pretty shady, this girl's a Disney freak. Acolyte's a big waste, writing's incomplete. It's alright, this girl's alright, you'll see.
It was an easy target, said one source of the back and forth connection to the show's cancellation, and it hurt the public perception of the show. The Acolyte was set about 100 years before Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Stenberg played twin sisters Osha and May, separated in childhood. Osha was a former Padawan of a respected Jedi Master, whereas May held allegiances with the dark side. Alongside Stenberg, the series featured Lee Jung-jae, Charlie Barnett, Daphne Keane, Rebecca Henderson, Jodie Turner-Smith, Carrie-Anne Moss, Manny Jacinto, Dean Charles Chapman, Jonas Sotamo, and more. The series ended with some tantalizing story points and even hinted at bringing back the popular character Yoda. Elsewhere, Jacinto's Evil the Stranger proved to be a breakout, with the character to have his own life-size helmet from Hasbro. But viewership data was not strong enough to prompt a season 2, according to the sources. Another factor may have been the evolving nature of streaming viewing habits and the erosion of goodwill of the Star Wars brand when it comes to a series. Bottom line, the modern audience didn't show up, and the hardcore fans, well, they were told not to watch. Any way you spell it, it's a recipe for disaster, or in this case, cancellation. Let's head over to X and see what's happening over there. What was your favorite episode of The Acolyte from Season 1? If you take a look, I only reviewed one episode. Why? Because I fell asleep on episode 2. Twice. Needless to say, I couldn't muster up enough give a shit to review episodes 2 through 8. The finale of The Acolyte was tailor-made to set up a season 2, and the fans truly deserve to see where it would have gone. Ignore the people who don't want it. We want it. Who is with me? Apparently you and no one else. Boom boom, we knew The Acolyte hit another milestone. Sign the petition and let's get more kick-ass Star Wars in Season 2. I'm so proud of this community. You want a Season 2? You gotta watch. I'm so sad to hear The Acolyte Season 2 was cancelled. I was really looking forward to hosting more weekly watch parties and absorbing their pain. It's not fair! If you and a couple million more of your friends watched, then this show wouldn't have died a slow death. Which brings us to...
Ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars enthusiasts, and those who've accidentally wandered into a eulogy because you heard there might be some free Death Star cookies, we are gathered here today to pay our respects to a fallen star. One that flickered briefly before being snuffed out by the unyielding void of cancellation. Yes, I'm talking about the dearly departed The Acolyte, the Star Wars show that promised to bring us a dark and mysterious corner of the galaxy, and then promptly evaporated into the ether like a dollar store Bim Kenobi. Ah, The Acolyte, we hardly knew you. You were like that one child that went to an Ivy League school and got a liberal arts degree. You promised to delve into the shadowy, sinister side of the Force, exploring the ancient Sith arts and dark secrets. But instead, you've left us with a dark void that not even a Death Star could fill. But it isn't a waste of time if you enjoy the time you wasted. Isn't that right, Oceanair shippers? We'll remember the excitement we felt when we first heard about you. An intriguing premise, fresh faces, and the tantalizing hint of lightsabers not wielded by straight white men. You had us all believing that maybe, just maybe, there would be something new and groundbreaking in the Star Wars universe. But alas, like a pod racer with a faulty engine, you just didn't make it to the finish line. Let's take a moment to revel in this monumental achievement. Oh look, we have black people, gay women, Asian people, and gay men in the galaxy that's been showing us aliens of every color and creed for decades. But hey, let's not get too technical here. It's not like we've had an entire cantina of diverse characters before now. It's not like Star Wars already had an entire planet of Ewoks. No. This is a brave new frontier of diversity. Lucasfilm, having just discovered the concept of diversity, as if the Force itself whispered in their ears, hey, maybe you should include characters that look like real people. And boy are they proud. They're like that student who finally discovers the wonders of the library, but instead of reading the books, they just rearrange them and call that an achievement. Look at us. We've got a black lead and a gay league. So revolutionary. Oh, how the galaxy of incels rejoiced at the news of your cancellation. The Twitter experts exploded with all the enthusiasm of a malfunctioning droid, while fans everywhere collectively sighed with relief or disappointment, depending on how high their expectations were. Some were lamenting the loss of a potentially brilliant addition to the Star Wars canon, while others were just relieved they wouldn't have to endure another episode. We can only imagine the meetings where someone proudly said, "Let's make a show about lesbian space witches." And another person replied, "Great idea. Can't wait to see those successful streaming numbers." Because in a galaxy where the Force can apparently move stars and alter the fabric of reality, Lucasfilm's ability to predict a show's success or failure remains as clouded as a Lucasfilm writer's room. So let us raise our lightsabers to the Acolyte. May it rest in peace among the heap of Disney Star Wars projects. Let it be remembered as a beacon of pride of being the gayest Star Wars ever. And remember, we haven't reached the end of the galaxy, just the end of a very short-lived chapter. May the Force be with us all, and may we find solace in the ever-expanding universe of poorly written shows, that it was better to have the Acolyte and lost it than to never have had it at all.
Remember to like, share, subscribe, and check out other videos on this channel. And until next time, bye for now.